Hello, I'm Trina Spencer, one of the authors of Story Champs, and I am going to do a quick webinar to help out our friends and colleagues out there who have to take care of the kiddos that they work with. This particular presentation is really going to be about how to do Story Champs through a synchronous session using Zoom, but I have some other things there too in case that's not a possibility for you. Also, keep in mind that people who have already been using Story Champs will benefit from this the most. However, there is some information for those who are not yet Story Champs users or people who cannot get access to their materials. So go ahead and give it a listen. Language Dynamics Group and the authors of Story Champs want to express our gratitude for those people who have been great Story Champs users across the years, and also for all those people, clinicians and teachers alike, who are taking care of the many students across the country at this time of pandemic. We wish we could do more, but we want you to know that we're in this together. Even though most Story Champs users are familiar with the printed materials that come in the box, we wanted to make sure that you're aware of the other materials that also come on the flash drive that can help you do Story Champs virtually. It's going to be easier than you think. Before we get into how Story Champs can be used, let's talk about the medium. Zoom is the one that we've chosen right now, mostly because it's free. You can use it for an unlimited number of sessions and time for one-on-one sessions, which, if you're going to do synchronous sessions, that might be the most useful. And you have about a 40-minute limit on group meetings. Of course, there are some concerns, and a lot of media is hyping the, confidentiality issues or the breach and bombers of Zoom sessions. But there are some strategies to safeguard that. These links are live, so you can click on them and brush up on how to keep your sessions safe so that you don't get any bombers. Now, keep in mind too that we use Zoom, but there are other platforms that do the same thing, something like Microsoft Teams. I'm sure that there's other mechanisms that can be used. So even if you're not using Zoom, the subsequent slides will be helpful for you. Okay, what are you going to need from the Story Champs kit? Well, amazingly enough, there's a Story Champs digital presentation that's on the flash drive in your Story Champs kit. A lot of people miss the flash drive because it's so small, but please don't, because that's where all your most important things are, especially if you're going to do a virtual session. On the flash drive are the illustrations and the icons, as you can see in that little image. There are also story starter illustrations, passage icons, and pattern blocks. So you're definitely going to need these things if you're going to do a Story Champs lesson online. You're also going to need a master lesson plan, and these are also on your flash drive. Let's hope before now you've discovered these master lesson plans, because these are the instructions on how to deliver the lessons, and there are so many different options that they're on the flash drive as opposed to be printed or in a booklet. Okay, so get your master lesson plan from the flash drive. The third thing you need is a Story Champs storybook. Now, this is the one thing that's not available on the flash drive. Okay, so you would either need it um, from your kit, which may be in a classroom or maybe in an office somewhere. But if you don't have it, I'm going to show you a way to get access to the storybook later. All right, but you do need your stories. Because we're going to do a synchronous one-on-one lesson, we're going to use the one-on-one master lesson plans. These are the ones that are in green on the flash drive when you open up the master lesson plan file. One of the most popular lesson plans is 44, where it is the basic story structure and it involves retelling and personal stories. However, you can see master lesson plan from 42 to 57 are all individual lessons, so you can choose whatever you're going to be targeting, whether it's basic story structure, enhanced story structure with the setting and the end feeling, or if you're going to be focusing on causal connections, temporal connections, or advanced story structure. You can also do fictional generation, information, writing, you name it. They're all there. You can make your choice, but remember, those are on the flash drive. Okay, now I'm going to just walk through some tips and tricks, but keep in mind there's another file for you to watch me do a synchronous Zoom lesson with a child. So many of these things can be viewed in that recording. So make sure you watch that too. Okay. All right, so first, I think it's really important to communicate with the parent ahead of time about the expectations you have for the child and the parent. Some kids will be able to manage a one on one Zoom session with a clinician or a teacher without a problem and not require a parent to sit nearby. But you might want to consider that a parent needs to be close by, or you might try something other than a synchronous lesson if the child doesn't have those. Either way, just communicate with the parent and keep in mind that that parent probably has a lot to manage, keeping up with their own employment and managing multiple kids. A second bullet here is in preparation, you need to open up the digital presentation from the flash drive or in a browser and select your story and lesson before you start your Zoom call. You don't want the kids sitting there waiting for you to get those things done. You want to keep the session as short and as efficient as possible. So get get prepared ahead of time and then start the Zoom call. And I did a little practicing of this before I did my first Zoom call or Zoom lesson because I wanted to make sure that I could do it quickly and fluently. Then once your session starts, remember just because they're at a distance doesn't mean you can't establish some ground rules. Of course, we favor these three: sit tall, listen big, and do your best talking. But if you already have behavioral expectations that the child knows, go ahead and use them and make sure that you praise them and be specific about the things that they're doing or the rules that they're following throughout the session. When you do start your meeting, just start by chatting a little bit with the child because this might be new to them. So you need to explain what's going to happen and what they're going to do since it's a little unusual. You can do that just through the video chat uh, feature. When the child is ready and you're ready to start the lesson, share your screen and make sure you only share the program with the digital presentation in it, like at the website, and not your entire not your entire desktop. It can be overwhelming to the kids. So we want them to just see what it is you want them to see. Then, of course, as you deliver, you just go through the steps of the master lesson plan, starting with modeling the story with the illustrations visible and advance the digital presentation at the right times. Now, you don't advance for every step because some of the steps in the master lesson plan require that you use the same uh, visual supports for multiple steps. So just make sure that you've practiced that or rehearsed it a little bit. And then when you are doing your modeling step at the beginning, you can click and drag the story grammar icons to the right place. They just kind of like quickly click into place. And then you can use the sparkle and connection words that are optional in the system. One of the things I had fun trying out was how to use pictography for drawing children's personal stories. So retelling is a lot easier because you have the standard digital presentation system and you can just click through them so the child sees them. But if you're going to do the personal stories and adhere to the procedures, pictography is also possible. So here's what I recommend. Open up a second tab with a digital presentation showing with just the icons. This prevents you from having to go back to the index from the digital presentation, like going into the menu and clicking to get to the spot. This way it's quickly and easily accessible when you're ready to switch to personal stories. So I also discovered that the annotate feature, not the whiteboard feature, to draw is much better than, is much more useful. So on the digital presentation, you can draw using the annotate feature just above the icons where there's some white space. And this is very obvious and can be seen in the video of me doing a Zoom lesson. Be sure to decide on the settings ahead of time because there are many options, and some of the settings are what color the ink is, how wide the drawing or the lines are. So I personally like to have the thin lines for drawing and black ink, but you can decide whatever you want. And there's some other things to be creative too, but you just want to play with those settings and make sure you're comfortable with them before you start. So when you're doing the personal story portion of the master lesson plan, I kind of like to be able to give the kids the pictures that I drew of their stories. So here's a screenshot of the session that I did, or the personal story that the child generated in in the recorded session. So once the child has generated the story and retold it with the pictography and the icon showing, click the save button in Zoom. There's in the upper right hand corner of the little, I don't know, port, I guess. I don't know what I'm calling it. There's a way to just click the save button, and basically it automatically takes a screenshot of the drawings that you just made, right? Later, you can crop the screenshot to remove your web browsers and the extra stuff, right? So it looks like what I've got here on the screen. Then I like to email this to the family to encourage the child to retell their personal story to their family members. So you should do that before you use the erase function in annotate, because you need to quickly erase the pictures, the quick line drawings that you made, so the child can retell his own personal stories with just the icon. That takes just a couple seconds to erase. Once a child doesn't need the visuals, then you can take them out of the share screen mode so that you're just looking at the child video, face to face, and you can encourage better eye contact and attention and reinforce them socially while they're retelling their own personal story without any visual supports. Even if you are not able to do a synchronous lesson with your kiddos, there are a ton of other materials on the flash drive in your kit. These materials can be posted to an LMS or a learning management system or a Google Classroom or some sort of platform that you are able to give the link to your students and their families. Just keep in mind that these are copyrighted materials and they do not belong on websites that are accessible to all people. But for the most part, classroom specific that require codes or specific links to be able to get into are fine. You can post PDF versions of these things. There are take-home activities. Unfortunately, only the classic stories level A and B are in the take-home activities, but they can still be useful for your younger kids or kids with limited language abilities. You can also have them download and use the word journals if there's specific Sparkle words you've been working on. And of course, writing organizers. These things would be easy for parents to be able to help their kids or have their kids do this during the day. It might be somewhat of an independent activity for them. All right, there are a number of fun little activities that could be used for the same purpose on the flash drive under center activities. One of them is the storybook. These are kind of printable things children draw and then dictate the parts of the story, or they could write their own story and they make their own little book. There's also picture sequencing. These are designed to be printed and cut and then put in the right order. And as a result of its purpose, there's a version that has the icons on them and there's a version that has no icons. Clearly, the icons will make it easier if the child has some experience using Story Champs. But the version without icons, the child would have to look more carefully at what's going on in the picture to be able to sequence them properly. And then lastly, there's these story strips or storyboards, and these are designed for children to be able to just draw simple drawings to create their own story, okay? And all of these things are in PDF form and can be posted and printed and used at home. All right, one last thing that is on the flash drive that might be useful to you are the Spot the Sparkle posters. It might be an easier thing for parents to just be on the lookout for words if they're maxed out in other arenas. And this might be a way to just get them to start thinking about using and having kids maybe write sentences with these words. Spot the Sparkle is designed for kids to just raise their awareness of vocabulary and getting practice throughout the day or across the week. Anyway, this is also there's a whole bunch of them for all the words that are in the Story Champs kit or in the Story Champs stories. There's a lot of them. I think almost, I don't even know how many, hundreds maybe. Anyway, they're on the Story Champs flash drive. If you don't already have Story Champs but feel like you could really use it during this time when everybody is at home, please use our discount code so you can get 20% off the cost. Stay home 20, right? This is just for people during this time, and it's the biggest discount we've ever given. We want to make sure people have access to the materials they need to be effective clinicians and teachers during this time. And if you do purchase it today, you will get a quick link to be able to access all the digital materials that you're going to need to get started. We know that there are a number of clinicians and teachers out there that have purchased Story Champs before the COVID pandemic and are unable to get access to their flash drive or their storybook because they can't get into their classrooms or their offices at schools. I'm the same way. I don't have a Story Champs kit at home, so we have to improvise a bit. Anyway, if you want to get access to the digital materials and you already have a kit, click this link. Thank you very much for listening to this short webinar, and we hope that you've had some questions answered and that you can be successful in your jobs going forward. Please, if you have any questions, Doug Peterson and I are certainly open to answering any questions and helping you out any way we can, as well as Mike Peterson, who will respond to the sales at languagedynamicsgroup.com email. Please let us know what we can do for you, and thank you. Okay. All right. Avery, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Today I'm going to tell you a story. Can you see my pictures?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right, good. I'm going to tell you a story about these pictures, okay? Listen carefully, because soon you're going to get a chance to tell the same story, all right?
Well, I should.
Okay, you guys, you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So listen, before I tell you the stories, I got to tell you what my rules are. While we're doing storytelling, you've got to sit tall, like I see you're doing now, okay? You're sitting tall. I need you to listen big, right? That means when I'm talking, you're listening, okay? And then the third rule is do your best talking, because when it's your turn to talk, I want to hear it really good, okay?
Okay.
All right, and I'm going to help you in case you need it, okay? I'll be here. All right, ready for the story? Here we go. On Sunday, Jenny and her brother were playing cards in the family room. Her brother won the game because he got the most matches. Jenny was mad because she did not get as many matches. Then Jenny said, "Can we play the game again?" Her brother laid the colorful cards out on the floor. After they played the game again, Jenny got the most matches this time and proudly won the game. Okay, so did you see me move those circles?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that purple circle, we use that one to mean character. You say character.
Character.
That's right. And guess who the story was about? That's our character. It was Jenny. Jenny was our character because this is who the story is about. All right, the next one is this red circle. It means problem, because there's a problem in this story. You say problem.
Problem.
That's right. Sit tall, Avery. Let me see you sit tall. Excellent. Better. Thank you, sweetie. That's right. That's a problem. The blue circle, that one right there, that means feeling. You say feeling.
Feeling.
That's right. And she was kind of angry because her brother won and she didn't. All right. Then the yellow circle, that one means action. Say action.
Action.
Very nice. Way to go. This is what she does to fix her problem. It's her action. She takes action to fix her problem. Solves her own problem too. Okay, so then the last one, the green circle, that means ending. Okay, say ending.
Ending.
That's right. Very good. So now you know that stories are told in this little pattern. They go character, problem, feeling, action, and ending. Okay? All right. Are you ready to answer some questions about this story? All right. Tell me, who was this story about? Do you remember who the character was?
Yes.
Tell me, who is it?
I can't remember her name.
Her name is Jenny.
Jenny.
That's right. Say, Jenny was playing a game.
Jenny was playing again.
That's right. That's what's happening there. Okay. What was Jenny's problem?
Jenny's problem that she didn't win the game.
That's right. Her brother won the game and she wanted to win, right? Okay. How did Jenny feel about it?
She felt sad.
She did. A little sad and even angry. She was angry because she wanted to win. Okay. What did she do to fix the problem?
She won.
She did what?
She won when they played the game again.
Oh, I see. Well, right here, the action that she did is that she asked her brother to play the game again. You say that. She asked her brother to play the game again.
She asked her brother to play the game.
Right. Okay. So then how did the story end?
I don't know.
Well, what happened at the end right there in that last picture?
What?
You already told me that she won the game.
Yeah.
That's right. So that's what happened at the end. Now you tell me, how did the story end?
She won when they played again.
That's right. That's right. She won when they played the game again. Way to go, Avery. You know what? You're doing some really good listening and some excellent talking. Thank you so much for being a good story champ with me. Okay, now I'm going to tell the story one more time, and then it's going to be your turn to tell me that story all by yourself, okay? I'll help you if you need it, but listen to me one more time, okay? On Sunday, Jenny and her brother were playing with cards in the family room. Her brother won the game because he got the most matches. Jenny was mad because she did not get as many matches. Then Jenny said, "Can we play the game again?" Her brother laid the colorful cards on the floor. After they played the game again, Jenny got the most matches and proudly won. Thanks for listening. You did awesome. Okay, Avery, your turn to tell me that story. Look at those pictures and try to tell me the whole story beginning to end.
I don't remember what it is.
Her name was Jenny.
I don't know how it started.
Okay, I will help you. You ready? Jenny was playing a game.
Jenny was playing a game.
Great. Tell me, what was her problem?
Her problem was she got mad because she didn't win the game.
That's right. Good. She got mad because she didn't win the game. All right, keep going. You're doing awesome.
She was sad and a little bit mad because she didn't win the game. I can't remember all of it.
That's all right. Go ahead and tell me what she did to fix the problem.
When she asked her brother to play the game again, and she won.
That's right. She asked her brother to play the game again, and when they played again, she won. Yay! Very nice. Okay, Avery, you did fabulous with that story, but guess what? I'm going to try to trick you. Do you think you can do it with just the icons showing? Just the colorful circles? Do you remember the story?
No.
I can help you if you need it, but I bet you can do it. Give me a try.
I don't know.
Okay, this is how it starts. Jenny was playing a game.
Jenny was playing a game. Jenny was playing a game with her brother. In the playroom. Playroom?
Sure.
Jenny was playing a game with her brother in the playroom.
And what was her problem?
She was mad because she didn't win the game.
That's right. She was mad.
Brother won the game.
Hmm?
She asked her brother, "Can we play the game again?" and then she got the match and she won the game.
That's right. She got the most matches and won the game when they played again. Oh my goodness, Avery, that must be your storytelling dance. I love it. That was some really good talking. Thank you so, so much. But guess what? Think I can trick you? Do you think? Now tell me that story about Jenny.
Jenny and her brother were playing a game in the playroom. Jenny was mad because she didn't get the most matches and win the game. Her brother won the game. She was so mad and a little bit sad. She asked her brother, "Can we play the game again?" And then she won.
Yes, she won when they played again. Oh my goodness. How do you think Jenny felt at the end of that story?
Mad and a little bit sad.
Wait, at the end, after she won, you think she was still mad? You know, when I win a game, I feel happy. So do you?
No, her brother won the game. That's what I was saying. And
Oh yeah, when her brother won, she felt a little angry. But that's okay. They played again. And at the end of the story, when Jenny won, how do you think she felt? Happy. That's right. I think so too. Okay. Now, sweet girl, Avery, I'm going to have you tell a story about a time when you played a game. So I'm going to use the little colored circles to help you, okay? Look at them and you tell a story about a time when you played a game or maybe when you didn't win something you wanted to. This story is going to be about you, okay?
We were playing the I don't remember that Sunday, Monday, Tuesday.
Wait, who is this story about?
Me and my brother were playing the. Yeah, let me go get the game. Let me go.
Yeah, just tell me about it. And in the meantime, I'm going to draw you. Look at this. Here you are, Avery.
Like
Here's your brother.
Where you get like a matching game or something where you get the card and then you return to do something like that.
Okay, so you were playing a game. Here's the game right here, okay? Did you see me drawing it?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, there's Avery and her brother Roman. Okay.
Where's my brother's arms?
Oh, you're right. Her brother has no arms. Okay. All right. What was your problem, Avery?
Roman cheated because he looked at my card.
Oh my goodness. Here we're gonna put Roman right here and he's cheating. He's gonna look at your cards, okay? We're gonna draw him looking at your cards. Now you gotta keep in mind I'm not an artist. These are your cards.
And that.
Okay, he cheated. All right, that sounds like a pretty good problem. I mean, it's a bad problem, but you did a good job telling me about it. How did you feel about that problem? How did you feel that Roman cheated?
Felt sad and a little bit mad.
Oh yeah, I believe it. Here, I'm gonna draw your face, okay? We're gonna be like, that is so sad. Here's your beautiful hair. Okay, you're sad and a little bit mad. All right, what did you do to fix the problem?
I asked Roman, don't look on my cards. And he kept doing it and he stopped.
Okay, he did stop. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look. Or I'm going to write here, you're saying, don't look. You're telling Roman to not cheat. All right, that's what you did to fix the problem. That sounds pretty good. And then he stopped, okay? And at the end of the story, what happened at the end of the story? Did you guys get to play again? Tell me, what happened at the end?
Yes, but then we had to get ready to go somewhere.
Oh, that makes sense, right? But at least you got to play for a few minutes, okay? So, but he stopped cheating, so you guys had more fun playing?
And we didn't play the same game. We didn't play the same game. We played a different game.
You played a different game. Well, that works too. Look, then you played a different game. Excellent.
What game we played? It's actually not a game. It's a puzzle, that elf puzzle that we got for Christmas. Roman got the elf puzzle. It was Roman's present.
You know what? Doing puzzles are a good thing to do too. I'm just making this game into a puzzle now. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay.
Actually, we have this. It had a big one with all the elves in and small ones. Actually, it's different kind of puzzles. Like, it's all like squares, and then we put different puzzles like that and that.
Oh, that sounds like a really cool puzzle. Okay, Avery, I need you to now tell me the whole story beginning to end without me interrupting you, okay?
Okay.
So you can look right here at the pictures I drew. They're silly, I know, but use those pictures and the circles to help you tell this story to me, okay?
Okay. Wait, let me think what it was. Oh, I remember. Me and Roman were playing a game. I got mad because he was cheating the game. I was so sad and a little bit mad. Roman, don't cheat my game.
That's right. Roman, don't cheat. Right. Okay, and then how did the story end?
Me and Roman took the elf puzzle to build.
That's right. You and Roman built a puzzle instead. You say it that way, honey. Roman and I built a puzzle instead.
Me and Roman built a puzzle instead.
Very nice. That was some very, very good talking. So listen, before I erase these pictures, I'm going to save this so that I can send it to you, okay?
Okay.
All right. So, but now I'm actually going to erase these pictures. And you're going to have to tell me this story with just those colored circles. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, all done. Tell me your story, beginning to end.
Me and Roman were playing a game. I got mad because he was cheating my game. He was looking at my cards. Instead, we got the elf puzzle from Christmas, and we
Wait. What was the action? What did you do to solve the problem?
We got the elf puzzle. That's what I just said.
No, that's how the story ended. You needed to say to Roman, stop cheating. You tell me that part. What did you do?
I have to start off. And me and Roman were playing a game. I got mad because he was cheating the game. Roman, don't cheat my game. Instead, we got the elf puzzle to build.
Ah, there we go. That makes a lot more sense because you need to tell him, right, to stop cheating. Okay, you're going to do it one more time. I'm going to take the colored circles away. You ready? All right, give it to me. And actually, I'm going to stop sharing this so that you and I can look at each other, okay? All right, tell me the story about you and Roman.
Me and Roman were playing a game. I got mad because he was cheating my game. He was looking at my cards. Yeah. Stop, Roman! Don't cheat my game! Instead, we got an elf puzzle to build.
Wow, Avery, that was amazing. You told me the whole story beginning to end. And you told me all of the parts. You told me about the character, the problem, the feeling, the action, and the ending. And it was your story. It really happened to you. Thank you. Okay, Avery, there I can see your face. Thank you so much for telling stories with me today. Now you can go practice this with somebody else. You can tell your mom or maybe your dad or your Oma and Opa about your story. Okay? And I'm going to send you the drawing that I took. I took that a little screenshot so you can have it. Okay? Thanks for playing with me today.
Bye bye.
Bye-bye.